statement from Coach and then open it up to questions from the student athletes.
Well, again, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Certainly have seen some growth from about a week ago when we played. Certainly still have a lot of things that we've got to continue to work on. I feel like this is going to be a team that as we progress throughout the course of the season, you're going to see a lot of growth. Definitely some bright spots. I thought for the most part for about 30 minutes tonight we defended better than we did in our first exhibition game. Had a hard time containing number one for them, La Quinta. She's a heck of an athlete. However, I just didn't feel like we did a very good job making the adjustments defensively that we needed to. Really proud of our effort on the boards. I like to see how we're running in transition, especially early on. Got into foul trouble, rotation, bench was a little bit short, threw a couple things off. Can't afford to have 23 turnovers. That's 23 empty possessions. Part of that's poise, part of it's decision making, and that is absolutely an area that we've been emphasizing over and over for the last several months, and we're going to continue to harp on it. And it's an area that we've definitely got to get better at if we're going to have a chance to do what we were trying to get done this season.
Questions for student athletes?
Sierra, as the old veteran up there, talk a little bit about how this offense is evolving. You guys did look like you were doing more transition, more fast break type stuff.
I think this year with new players that we're playing an awful lot today, we've just been learning how each other plays and stuff. So I just think we're doing really well on offense and offensive boards. And Juanita's really stepped up as a point guard and three player, and Bree really stepped up tonight too.
Bree, how were you able to get on a little bit of a spurt there late in the first half?
I think it was just that we were running our offense, and I kind of knew where everyone would be, and I felt comfortable with where people were and where I was, and so it just kind of came out of the flow of our offense.
You mentioned after the last exhibition you didn't feel totally comfortable out there. I mean, how much more comfortable do you think you were tonight in your second exhibition game?
A lot. We worked on a lot of the stuff that I wasn't so good with the first game. We've been working on defense a lot, and I just felt more comfortable with those rotations today.
Juanita, you missed a little bit of time early prior to the black and gold and some of the camp and whatnot over the summer. How settled into things are you feeling at this point?
I'm still trying to get the flow of it, but for the most part, my teammates and coach been getting on me about basically having urgency about a lot of things, leading the team as well, and I think I've made progress in a lot of areas.
What did you see to start to click a little bit about the offense, maybe the last 5-6 minutes of the first half when things started to get rolling there a little bit offensively? What did you see to start falling in place?
Well, when you run the same plays over again, you kind of see how the rotations be and where to look next time and all that. But I feel like my teammates did a great job of putting me in great positions to pass the ball, especially Bree with the ball screens.
Sierra, after two exhibitions, what are some of the things that you'd really like to see this team work on going forward, as the regular season gets closer?
Like Coach said, just defense and defensive rotations and working together and getting the ball swung, and 23 turnovers is way too many turnovers, so turnovers too, and taking care of the ball and poise at the end of the game.
What did you think made their number one, who scored so many points tonight, and what made her so tough to defend? What you noticed?
Personally, just the hesitation and us as we played defense, just not adjusting quick enough.
Juanita, C mentioned plays at the end of the game. You guys had it look like a couple of rough offensive possessions. What do you think kind of happened in that last minute and a half or so?
I just got to keep my composure. Some calls didn't go my way, and I got to do a better job of handling it.
You play with some emotion. I see a lot of very excited, very encouraging teammates. Is it difficult to not have the other side of that come out when things aren't going your way?
No, not really, but that was just a tough call that I just got to adjust to.
Take one more.
Bree, for you in the post, how are you able to get such good position at times tonight? Because a lot of your baskets were right in that 6-7 foot range. How were you able to get such good position, do you think?
That's just something we work on every day in practice, and I think that the coaches have really done a good job helping me understand how to read the defense, how the defense is playing me, that kind of thing.
Thank you.
Coach, before we get to talking about tonight. Can you tell us what's up with Michelle and also give us an update on Lindsay?
Yeah, just we got a tough go right now with injuries. Michelle's got a stress reaction in her shin bone, so she'll be out for a few weeks. And Morgan Stock, before the game, jammed 3 of her fingers, and so she did not play. And then Lindsay Cunningham has, she's seeing the doctor now about a possible meniscus tear. And so got a handful of things that we've got to work through.
Lindsay was at, and I guess we saw her go to the locker room in the first half there.
Yeah.
Do you know how it really, I didn't see how.
I have no idea. I haven't had a chance to really visit with her in great detail or train her. So I'm not sure. I just know, with Morgan too, tonight, regardless of what the situation was, we weren't going to take any chances in an exhibition game, and felt like there was under no circumstances were they going to get back in the game. Certainly trying to get ready for Saturday, and that's obviously our priority.
With numbers being, big picture question, I guess, but do you look at the possibility of trying to add a walk-on thing? No, we don't. We'll see where it takes us. But I really, we've got to do a better job staying out of foul trouble. I thought there were some tough calls. But, it's exhibition for all of us. And certainly with Jordan Frericks only playing 16 minutes, I thought she had a couple tough calls. And, she's got to make the adjustment to the way the game's getting called. And thought Sierra Michaelis had a couple tough calls. And Juanita, we can't afford to get in foul trouble, that's for sure. But, I think we've got a great nucleus. Again, we've got several players that are playing minutes that maybe didn't see the same kind of minutes last year, and so it's going to be a little bit of a work in progress. But I see a lot of potential in that group, and I think when things get clicking, when we all get on the same page with our defensive rotations and how we're guarding certain screening action, which again continues to be a work in progress, I think the more comfortable we get playing with each other on the court, offensively, we've got a lot of different weapons, and so that's the great thing about the season's journey is the growth that you see throughout the upcoming several months. Would you say, I don't know, concerned is the right word? He's concerned, right word, after 2 exhibitions for what you feel? 2 really close games here.
I think any coach in the country, if you're not concerned going into the season, I don't think you're normal. I think, every year there's a lot of unknowns. I think certainly, with Leanna Doty going out with her injury, we know that it's going to look different, and we know that there's going to be some growing pains. But we can't do anything about it, and so we've got to continue to guide and mentor and develop. Certainly going into the season, we didn't plan on having a junior college kid take over the point guard position, nor did we plan on Lindsay Cunningham playing any at the point. And that's a key position for you. And so I think moving forward, we're not going to make excuses. We're not going to candy coat anything. It's going to be challenging. We're going to have to figure out a way to do it by committee. We're going to have some of our kids grow up, early and fast. And I don't know. I know I'm really excited about the upcoming season. I like our kids. I like their work ethic. I like their focus. We're still, you look at what we started in the second half, you're starting 3 sophomores and a junior college kid and 1 senior. So there's going to be some really good days, and there's going to be some rocky roads, and that's all part of the season's journey. But, we're excited to roll it out on Saturday, and I think we'll make great strides before then as well.
What did you think of Bree Porter's play tonight, particularly there in the first half when she got rolling?
Yeah, she's got such a nice touch. She's got a pretty high basketball IQ. I think she's still getting comfortable with, what we're trying to get done on the defensive end and different angles and whatnot. Still getting used to the motion offense. I think sometimes, freshmen or transfers, it takes a little bit of time to adapt to that. But she's got a nice stroke. She's got a nice feel. She's got a high basketball IQ. She plays with pretty dang good poise for a freshman. I was really proud of her, the way she came out of the gates. I think she's going to be a great addition for us this season in our post rotation.
We talked about that transition game, that fast break. Does maybe adding more of that to your offense make you a little bit more well-rounded and maybe even open up more opportunities for your long-range shooters?
We'll see. We've got to do a better job taking care of the ball. And, I think, again, just having so many new players, seeing so many more minutes than they did previously, it's going to be a little bit of a work in progress. And that point guard position is huge for us. I thought you saw some really good things at times at that point guard position. And I thought you saw some things that obviously we've got to really work hard to get better at. And that's what I told our players after the game. Definitely some positives, but we got a lot of work to do, and we can't afford to take a day off. We've got to get in, watch film, continue to talk through game situations, and get better. And we will. We absolutely will. I believe in this team, and I really like them. I think we've got some great pieces.
One more?
With Michelle, was that something that happened in practice this week? Was it?
It's one of those. I think it's been ongoing. She's had some discomfort with that for a while, and I think we've been able to kind of get her to that point where it was tolerable. But it's been kind of hit and miss a little bit. She's played with some great toughness, and really over the last week it was kind of getting to that next level of pain where it was borderline unbearable. And so that where we moved forward with some X-rays and MRIs, and so it's I think it's maybe a little bit ongoing. Usually a stress reaction it doesn't happen just in a single practice, but that's a tough loss too. The injury bug's got us a little bit, but it is what it is, and we got to figure a way to piece it together and move forward. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.